Hey everyone, Estevao here. Welcome to the channel where we learn about the weird, strange, and unbelievable parts of history. Get ready to be amazed because today, we're talking about 5 bizarre history facts that will blow your mind. Let's go! Alright, let's start with a real head-scratcher. Cleopatra lived closer to the first moon landing in 1969 than to the building of the Great Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid was finished around 2560 BC, while Cleopatra lived from 69 to 30 BC. That's over 2,500 years apart. Meanwhile, only about 2,000 years separate Cleopatra's rule from Neil Armstrong's walk on the moon. Next up, we've got a story that's funny and strange at the same time. Napoleon Bonaparte, the famous French leader, was once attacked by a bunch of bunnies. In 1807, Napoleon was celebrating a victory with a rabbit hunt. His men got hundreds, maybe even thousands of bunnies and let them go for the hunt. Instead of running away, the bunnies charged straight at Napoleon and his men. Napoleon, who had faced armies, had to run away from these cute attackers. Let's be honest, being clean wasn't a big deal in the ancient world. Hygiene standards were quite different from what we know today. Take, for example, how the ancient Romans kept their clothes white. They had some rather unusual methods. The Romans loved a bright white toga. It was a symbol of status and purity. But keeping those togas clean, well, that was hard. The challenge was finding an effective cleaning agent. So, what did they do? They used, wait for it, urine. Yes, you heard that right. Yes, you heard me right. Urine was their secret ingredient. Ancient Romans used pee to make their clothes white. It sounds bizarre, but it worked for them. They'd collect it, let it sit, and then use it to soak their togas. This process was surprisingly effective. Apparently something in pee acted like bleach. The ammonia in urine helped to break down stains. Effective? Maybe. Pleasant? Definitely not. It was a smelly job, but someone had to do it. Now, let's talk about a historical event that sounds like a disaster movie. It's a story that seems almost too dramatic to be true. In 1815, Mount Tambora, a volcano in Indonesia, erupted so strongly that it made the world really cold. This eruption was one of the most powerful in recorded history. The eruption released a lot of gas into the air, blocking sunlight and making temperatures drop everywhere. The ash cloud spread across the globe, dimming the sun's rays. The result? 1816 became known as the year without a summer. It was a year of strange and severe weather anomalies. Crops died, people were hungry, and the weather was crazy all over the world. The lack of sunlight led to failed harvests and widespread famine. It showed us how powerful nature is and how fragile we are. This event remains a stark reminder of our vulnerability to natural forces. Okay, last but not least, we have a historical practice that's totally strange by today's standards. In the 1800s, it wasn't unusual for people in the United States to mail their children through the post office. They literally put their kids in packages and mailed them usually for a small fee and with a mailman they trusted. Still, it's pretty wild to think about, right? And there you have it, folks. 5 bizarre history facts that prove the past is a far stranger, wilder, and more surprising place than we often give it credit for. History is filled with unexpected twists and turns that continue to amaze us. From Cleopatra living closer to the moon landing than the pyramids, which is mind-blowing when you think about it, to Napoleon's bunny attack, an event so strange it sounds like fiction, we've learned about some truly weird history today. If you enjoyed this wild ride through the bizarre side of history, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more mind-blowing history facts. Your support helps us bring more incredible stories from the past to light. Until next time, keep exploring the past, my friends. There's always something new to discover and learn.